Hey, everybody. Welcome into Gino's Best. This is a TV finale review. I'm here to talk about The Bear Season 3 on FX, Hulu, Disney Plus. So let's just get right into it. The most important thing that I want to address here is how much the show and its all of its seasons and all of its episodes, they're what, about 30 minutes, some are shorter, some are longer, and there's just filler after filler after filler. Just boring establishing shot, boring overly drawn out shot of food, right? It doesn't even look good. It's like, why are these plates so little? I know it's a fancy restaurant, but there is just way too much dragging and downtime, and that's kind of difficult. Let's see here. So I did want to say, though, that there were a few good episodes. I thought that episode 5 and episode 8. So episode 5 was Children, and episode 8 is Ice Chips. Episode 5 had a guest starring John Cena, and it was a hilarious episode. It was invigorating. The whole idea of being haunted by somebody who's still alive, thought was hilarious. And they kind of carried that out throughout the rest of the season. I know the show is good. Like, I know it's good. Like, you can tell it's well made and all this stuff, but it doesn't mean it has to be boring at parts, right? Like, they slow build to semi-big payoffs. It was best explained to me on Cinema Wins. If you've ever heard of that channel, shout out to Cinema Wins. They're great. They do everything great about videos versus Cinema Sins, who does everything wrong with videos. And they described The Bear as to be the yin to Ted Lasso show's yang, whereas Ted Lasso's show is hilarious, funny, positive, upbeat throughout, undercut with tragic moments. We have The Bear, which is not fun, dragging, negative, problems, tragedies, undercut by like feel-good moments. 10 episodes, roughly 27 minutes a piece, and you're like you need to fill it. Like, you need filler in your episodes and in your season when it's 10 episodes. I just don't get it. It's not a comedy, even though there is some humor. I'm sick and tired of it being nominated for comedy because it knows it won't win any drama awards because the episodes are too short. But it knows it doesn't have a story to tell. So what's even the freaking point? The season went off the rails. It was, obviously season 2 had episodes based on other side characters and fleshing them out and whatever. That's cool. That's great. No big deal. And this season did a few of those too, and they were great. Again, the Ice Chips episode with Jamie Lee Curtis and Carmi's sister, that, like, I didn't want to look away. Whereas most of the other episodes, it was just like, I don't really want to pay attention. Like, I'll just listen to what they're saying because that's really the only thing to take away from some of this. Sorry about that. When you have animals and you're doing a live stream, things can go wrong. It is what it is. Not too many people do their reviews live. I do, because I don't really feel like having to edit things down. My software broke about 6 years ago, and I just haven't really felt the need to get into it. The Ice Chips episode where she's in the hospital with Jamie Lee Curtis' character, the dialogue is great. And that was, I still wanted to look at the screen. The acting was really well done. Obviously, the acting is superb. Ayo Edebiri is great. There was a lot of stuff set up that they're obviously waiting for the next season to pay off. They hit us with a to be continued at the end of episode 10, and episode 10 was about a restaurant he used to work at that was closing down. And it's like, Am I supposed to remember the name of the restaurants named Ever or Forever or whatever? Like, I watched The Bear season 1 and season 2 after season 2 had released. I was late to it all. And I still barely remember like that. I mean, it took me a while to even figure out like what the heck are we doing here. You got situations with Sid and her dad. It's not paid off. Really, everything they set up, nothing gets paid off. And the stuff they set up at the end of last season, like, dude, like we want to see what's going to happen with him and Claire. But by all means, just continue to freaking ignore that in favor of establishing shots of tiny plates of fucking food. Again, I know the show's well made. I know it's good. It's just, it shouldn't be. It felt like homework. And I love cooking. I used to work in restaurants. Like it shouldn't be like, oh, this is a show I don't really have to like pay attention to enjoy. Now I tried. I really did. I mean, the first episode, it's like the first 10 minutes is nothing. And then you got commercials too. Like I'm having to wait through commercials, which are more interesting than the setups to your episodes. Like that shouldn't be happening. I don't know what they're going to do, but I really just don't want the show to keep going on. I really, really would love for it to end in season 4 and let the actors and actresses go on and do other stuff, because it's just, there's so few and far between enjoyable moments that it's difficult. So all in all, I thought that the season was a step down, and I thought that we should definitely be given more as an audience for having to invest in it. And when you drop all 8 episodes, all 10 episodes at one time, that's basically saying we don't believe in the show. We know the episode, and we know that the show isn't going to catch your interest week to week, so we'll just release it all. And at which point, I don't feel any urgency to watch it. So I don't know. It feels like there's a lot more that can be done with this, and or they should have had a better ending at season 2. We'll see what happens. Hopefully they set up all those things in season 4. But, you know, when you do a to be continued at the end of your next season or at the end of your last season, it's just tell the story. Like, it is what it is. All right, guys. Those are my thoughts on The Bear and the season finale of season 3. And if you watch the show, watch it. But I can't really recommend that to you guys. Whatever you think, comment below. Maybe you don't think I'm right. Maybe you do think I'm right. Maybe you see some things differently. Whatever you think, let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.